I recently made a gift for someone and there was some over-engineering involved, and I thought I might share it with you. I think it's a bit funny. So I was making this gift and it was made out of metal, so I decided to use letter punches and punch in this person's name. Now I don't have letter punches myself, I only have number punches. But I made it at another workshop where there is a set, so that was not a problem. But I thought about aligning the letters properly. Now I could have used something like this, a scrap piece of metal as a guide, just clamp it on the workpiece and be done with it. But I remembered I had seen a video by Kane or Mr. Pete on YouTube. I'm a fan of his. He has a very nice YouTube channel. You should check it out. Loads of metalworking tips and videos. But he had a piece of aluminum. He milled out slots and he used it to align number punches when he was making a dial for a lathe. He was making it to align the numbers he was punching in the dial. So I decided to make one of these guiding blocks. Now this is a piece of scrap I have as an example for the thing, but this is a piece I came up with in the end. There has been some what they call feature creep in software engineering. It's a constant addition of new features. So this is the main part of the guide I made. It was a block of aluminum, twice the size, but while I was making it I decided to cut in two pieces and make two of these and have one myself at home. So one of the things I added is a guide to guide the punches in a straight line to align the letters or the numbers you're punching, which can be held by a screw. I decided not to use a socket screw, but to brace on a wing nut to make it easier to use. It's clamped here so it won't move. And I also decided to add a spring. This is a piece of spring metal which will hold the punch while you align it. There's a kind of specific angle in this spring. I just want to hold the punch and not grip it too tight into the block. There's a mark here where you can, which you can align on a line you've drawn and marked out for the spacing of the letters. So I have a nice guide for guiding punches, but when I came home I noticed my punches don't fit. So I have an adapter which makes my punching guide suitable for different sizes of punches. And this is just a piece of aluminum, but I had to make it to size. And I decided to keep a tiny edge and face this side a bit. So this adapter will stick in there, it won't drop out if you move this. So here it is, my kind of over-engineered guide for punches. So this is a finished project, not the project I was working on. In the end I think it took me longer to make this guide than to make the other thing I was working on, but now I've got this tool. It's nice to have, maybe it's nice to use, I really don't know yet. That's one of the things involved with my kind of overengineering. But it deserves a name, and I thought I'd name it the Punchline 257. Now, why the 257, you might ask? Maybe it's because it's a prime number, but that's not the real answer in this case. It's got to do with my container, or my tiny box of number punches, and something I made for them. It's kind of a workshop tip, or sort of a tool hack. And, if you've used one of these sets, then you might know that if you take out a number, then you pretty much have to take all the numbers out and sort them and put them in the right order again, because they always shift in the container. And number 257 is it's about the worst set of numbers you can pull out of the container. Yeah, this is an 8. And now we've got to sort these out, but that's why I have made this part. It's something you put in the bottom of the container to align the number punches. And if you put them in, they will stay in place. If you get them in the first place, but and that's why I called it this thing the Punchline 257. So this part is just 1 strip of copper, 2 strips of brass. It's what I had lying around. There's no real choice of materials here other than it's easy to solder. Cut 2 strips, folded thin piece of brass around the punch, and cut 2 slots in there as well, and then folded another piece over and soldered it together. And it does a good job of aligning your number punches. First one has to align the piece at the bottom, but now your punches won't move anymore. And if you've ever been annoyed by your punches, then you know what I'm talking about. And, now they'll just stick in place, and maybe this is a tiny tool hack you can do. There's only one thing to consider. That's the height of the copper part. Now the lid won't fit anymore, so you may want to make it a bit lower than this. And, here's another look at my Punchline 257.